Long before Mary sang in Luke chapter 1, Hannah sang in 1 Samuel chapter 2. And if you listen closely, you will hear the same melody. The proud scattered, the humble lifted, the hungry filled, the strong brought low. Hannah's prayer is not just personal praise. It is kingdom prophecy. It is a preview of the Messiah and the upside-down kingdom of God. This morning, we step into a prayer that reaches beyond one woman and into eternity. She did not walk into Shiloh this time with tears. The woman who once trembled in silent agony now stood upright, steady, and radiant. The lips that once could not form words now opened with authority. The heart that once carried shame now overflowed with praise. This was Hannah, not praying for a miracle but proclaiming one. And when she lifted her voice, she did not begin with her son. She began with her God. My heart rejoices in the Lord. In the Lord my horn is lifted high. Notice this, Hannah does not say my situation has changed. She says my strength is restored. Because real victory is not when circumstances shift, but when identity is healed. Once her enemies spoke loudly. Once Peninnah's words cut deeply. Once shame tried to name her. But now Hannah declares, my mouth boasts over my enemies. Not because she defeated them, but because God did. She had learned something in the valley that the mountaintop could never teach her. There is no one like the Lord. Not in power, not in faithfulness, not in justice. The world bows to strength, but Hannah worships holiness. There is no rock like our God. Then her prayer shifts from testimony to theology. She warns the proud. Do not keep talking so proudly. Why? Because pride forgets something dangerous. God weighs the heart. Men measure success by appearance. God measures motives. People judge by what they see. God judges by what he knows. Hannah speaks now not as a barren woman, but as a prophetess of reversal. She announces a God who turns the world upside down. Warriors lay down their weapons. The weak are clothed with strength. The full grow hungry. The hungry are satisfied. The barren woman bears 7. And the woman with many children fades. This is not poetry, it is divine policy. Hannah reveals the God who reverses destinies. A God who kills and makes alive, brings down to the grave and raises up, sends poverty and gives wealth, humbles and exalts. And then she says something that shakes heaven and earth. He raises the poor from the dust and lifts the needy from the ash heap. Church, that is not metaphor, that is redemption. God does not rescue people to leave them low. He lifts them to seat them with princes. Why? Because the foundations of the earth are the Lord. In other words, God is not reacting, he is reigning. And finally, Hannah looks beyond her own miracle. Her prayer stretches into the future. She speaks of a coming king, an anointed one, a ruler strengthened by God himself. A whisper of Messiah, a shadow of Christ. The Lord will judge the ends of the earth. He will give strength to his king and exalt the horn of his anointed. Hannah came to Shiloh, once asking for a child. She leaves as a woman who understands the kingdom. Her story teaches us this. God does not just answer prayers. He changes voices. The woman who prayed in pain now preaches in power. The woman who cried in silence now sings in victory. The woman who was overlooked now speaks revelation. Because when God answers your prayer, he is not only giving you a blessing, he is giving you a message. Hannah thought she was praying for herself. God was preparing a prophet for a nation. Never underestimate the reach of your prayer. What begins in your tears may end in generations transformed. So pray boldly, trust deeply, praise loudly, because the God who lifts the humble still writes history through surrendered hearts.